A conference was held at the House of Commons last week on behalf of the Indo-European Kashmir Forum and the UK Kashmiri Pandits. The main purpose of the IEKF and the UK Kashmiri Pandit Hindu Conference was to express grave concerns over the forthcoming debate in the UK Parliament secured by the separatist factions of Kashmir on the violations of human rights there.
To raise the awareness of the debate that's been secured by David Ward, MP for Bradford East, regarding the human rights violation in Kashmir and the right to self-determination. Well, it's the human rights of Kashmiri Hindus we need to be worrying about, we need to be talking about, not the human rights of Kashmiri Muslims, because Muslims live in Kashmir, they are in the government, they enjoy all the facilities that Government of India provides them with, but it's the Kashmiri Hindus who have been thrown out of their ancestral homes. They have lost everything.
Well, they have. I know about this debate, and there are a humongous number of people supporting that. Would you feel slightly that you have not been given that much of attention by people here?
Well, one of our the MPs, Bob Blackman MP for Harrow, and he was here today, and I think he spoke very well and basically covered that he will be speaking on our behalf. And I think in any debates like this, it doesn't matter how many MPs are actually supporting an issue, but even if we've got one voice who will be able to speak on our behalf, we're truly grateful to him for that.
Yeah, we are.
And what are you trying to now achieve by garnering support here?
Just to stop really the debating the issue of human rights of Muslims, really. It's the human rights of Kashmiri Pandits.
How would you bring that forward, the human rights of...
We are raising the awareness among the MPs as well, because some of the MPs are misinformed about this whole Kashmir issue.
This debate is to be held in the coming week. It has been initiated on behalf of the Jammu Kashmir self-determination movement in Europe and secured by David Ward, who is the MP for Bradford East. This debate has been granted as a result of over 50 MPs, 10 MEPs and lords from all of the British political parties, together with 1 lakh members of the Kashmiri Pakistan community, who signed a petition asking the British Parliament to hold a special debate on the state of human rights in the state.
This has always been stressed that the issue remains a bilateral one. By bringing this into the UK Parliament, do you think we are putting undue pressure, or we're creating awareness? Where are you going with it?
I think the most important thing is that we have a large Indian diaspora in the United Kingdom. They believe passionately in what I'm saying, that Jammu and Kashmir are part of India. And it's right that in the Parliament that represents all of Britain and all of British interests that we raise these subjects and discuss them. What is important, however, is that people speak up on their behalf, as opposed to allowing the separatists to have their view unchecked. And so what I shall be doing next Thursday when we have this debate is speaking up on behalf of the British Hindu community and saying we should stand full square, as I've said, behind the Indian government, and full square behind the right of return for those refugees who are still living in camps many years after they were forced to leave. And the key point is that we should always say that people have the right to self-determination. Well, the self-determination should be to live in the homes they've lived in for hundreds of years as families, and not to be forced out by those people that have some vague notion of separatism and wanting to commit genocide.
The Kashmiri Pandits Conference in the House of Commons, other than protesting against this debate, also tried to put in perspective the human rights of Kashmiri Pandits removed from their homeland in 1989, still waiting for justice to prevail.
If in India the Kashmiri Pandits are trying to get minority status, in the UK they are trying to raise awareness about the whole issue of Kashmiri Pandits, the plight that they have been facing, especially those living in the refugee camps for years together. A debate was held in the Houses of Parliament, initiated by members of Parliament to raise awareness and spread a word about how justice has long been denied to this sector of the society. Lavina Tandon for Headlines Today from London.